Okay, today is May 16th, Saturday. It's 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Gonna do a fast hive inspection. It's been a number of days since I've done my last one. I think it was on May 2nd. So we're gonna take another look at the girls and see what's up here. Since my last video, we had a real bad cold snap and a lot of rain, so I put food back on the hive, on both of them, and it's been on there for 7 to 10 days, so I'm sure it's going to be empty, but I want to take a look at the progress. Let's take a look at the hives individually. Okay, this is hive number 1. It's a Diane's swarm. I can see a couple ants crawling on it. I did do some weed control around the hives. Cut it with my loppers and just kind of weed whacked it down a little bit. I got to do a lot more, but I need to do that on another day. I see a bee on the top. A little bit of activity on this particular hive. Again, this is the one with the queen cell and the one that's probably the weakest of the two. And in my past year's experience, this side of the stand has always been the weakest hive. I don't know if that's because of the location, but it's really weird that the one on the right always seems to be the most productive. But I digress. I see somebody coming out of the top, heading out. So we do have activity, which is good. Let's move to hive number 2. Okay, this is hive number 2. Now, not a lot of activity, but there are guards at the door. We do have a few active bees out, but it's the time of day that they're typically out working, gathering. They're over by my house right now, cleaning out some boxes that I set out. I got about 7 or 8 boxes sitting on the deck, on the railing. Let them rob those out so I can clean them up. They're all a mess. But these girls they're looking pretty good. I hope the hive is getting stronger. I hope not to have to feed anybody. We've got clover, we've got a lot of pollen around, so should be good. Alright, let's get to inspecting. Okay, I'm setting up on hive number 1. I'm going to dip this down just a little bit. There we go. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to remove the food. So as soon as I pull this cover off, the extra box will come off too. The smoker's down in the trailer, so if I need it, I'll have to go set it up and burn it, but I don't think so. Okay. Now, we do have food left over. We've got some more ants in here. I'm cleaning the ants out while I'm doing this. This is one of those ants. It looks like a cardinalian. Their bodies are kind of black. Pretty cool bee. She still wants a drink, so I'm going to let her have one over here. So, we're going to take our lid off. Get the right hive tool. And we got girls coming up. Okay, on the lid we've got some bees. I'm really disappointed in the numbers on this hive. I would have expected more. But again, this is the hive that has the had the swarm. I mean the queen cell. So kind of expect them to be a little bit weak. Pulling out the second frame again. No activity on this frame. It's pretty much just drone comb. So I'm going to lean that up against the hive out here. Next frame over is the same. Not really a lot of change in activity. Does look like they're rebuilding comb here. They're putting in the resources. I can see lots of nectar or sugar water right in there. Some pollen right here. Okay, I'm looking for a queen. I don't see her on this frame, but I wouldn't expect her here, to be honest. Is this girl alive? Yep, she is. She just had her nose in that cell. Okay. We'll let her go back to work. I'm going to grab the gripper now. I have an idea I'm going to need it on this frame. A lot of bees up near the top. Okay, we're loading in lots of resources. We've got cells with babies. Still looking for the queen. Girls are not real feisty, so I'm assuming there's a queen in here somewhere. Let's flip it over and take a look over here. Okay, we got brood here. Either our queen is really slow, or something's going on here. Looking down in the cells for eggs. I don't see any. Probably need to bring my glasses out here. Moving out into the sunlight a little bit because I can't see down in there real well. I do have larvae. We've got a lot of larvae in the cells, so that's a plus. So these are cap cells. That big cell bothers me, but looks like it's just practice and they're filling it full of, it's like an egg or something in the one near the top. Got larvae up here, got larvae here, so we're definitely laying. Set this down nice and gentle. Next frame over. This is the one that had the queen cell. Okay, and that cell is pretty much gone now. It was right here. So they've disassembled it, which is good. At first I thought this was a queen cell, but doesn't appear to be anything. It's just some kind of bad comb, basically. There's some sunlight. I don't know if the camera's seeing it. I'm real close to the camera right now. Got a nice mixture of bee types in here. Looks like Carnies and Italian. Nothing on this side. Put this back down in. Next frame over is being worked. By just a few bees. No eggs and cells that I see. A lot of pollen. Well, I won't say lots, but a good store of pollen. We started laying in some nectar here and up here. Backside looks pretty empty. These girls are not building like I was expecting. I'm a little guarded about the viability of this queen. She might be just a slow starter. Nothing on this frame. A couple bees. Some new wax. Nothing there. Next frame is a blank foundation, and the one up against the wall is empty. It's got wax, but okay. So I'm going to move everything back over. Really kind of saddened by what I'm seeing right now. After a couple of weeks, we should be doing better. I see some dead bees down in the bottom of the hive. Quite a few, actually. Counting about 20. So that could be the normal attrition. Normally they haul the dead out. So with that, I'm a little disappointed. I hope I don't have some sort of disease or something going on here. I don't see any nosema signs or defecation on the front of the hive. So we're going to go another week or so. Again, they're calm, so that kind of tells me there is a queen in here. They would normally be a little feisty. And we do have brood, although it's not a lot of brood. I'm hoping the cold didn't get to them. Again, we dropped down to freezing rather quickly and stayed cold and wet for more than a week. So I guess anything's possible. Could have stunted them a little bit. And since there isn't a lot of good going on right now, I'm going to put the food back on them. Only because I want to make sure that they've got ample resources, because I didn't see a lot of pollen in there. Of course there's some in there, but I want to make sure they've got enough stores to survive. So we'll button this up and put the food back on. Okay, I upended it away from the camera and away from the hive because I want to make sure I don't get a lot of drippings there. Okay, I'm going to put this back on. The ants are gone, so that's a plus. Might have been leftovers from when I cut the weeds down yesterday, or the day before. Okay, lid going back on. Sliding it forward. Okay, well that's hive number 1. Okay, at hive number 2. Let's get started. A lot of debris. Okay, same thing. They've got a swarm of ants in here, big ones. Not sure where they're coming up from, but could be that they came up from the other side and across the stand. I'll set that right there. Inside. Okay, so we've got sugar water remaining, not a lot. Big black ants. They're not making it. A lot of them in the hive too, so they could be causing me some problems. These aren't. They have been dispatched. Okay, we've got a good number of bees on the hive, on the upper inner cover. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, we got bees on, just a couple on this one. Got bees on this one, this, few on this. There's a few over here too, but they're not covering a lot of frames. So we'll just take out this second one like we usually do. Still blank. Got a girl or two on it. Set it down in there. Okay, next frame over. Has got new wax on it. They're doing just a little bit of work on these. I wouldn't say it's a lot compared to what it was. I see a bee down there hauling out debris, and I see a dead bee down there. So she was getting ready to grab it. So they are pulling out some sort of larva. Looks like a bee larva. Might be dead. That's not always a good sign. It could be we have something going on here. Not a lot of progress. Got a lot of reaction out of that. Kind of warmed up a few voices. Mostly nectar, a little bit of pollen, a lot of girls. Looking for something that looks like a queen. Rarely can I find her, but every now and then I get lucky. Sometimes she hides in the shade. They're cleaning this side. You got a girl all the way down in there. Her butt, just her butt showing. Okay, down in they go. Okay, next frame over is really loaded. And they started doing a lot of propolis, plus the hot weather's softening up the old propolis that was on there that I didn't get scraped off. Sorry ladies, I'm going to grab it with my hand. Okay, so we've got almost no new brood on this side. Could sure use some sunlight over here. So I can see eggs. Not necessarily do I have to see a queen if I see eggs, so it's usually a plus. Big old drone, I think. Okay, not a lot of brood over here. We've got some cap cells and some brood. Not exactly sure. Looks like they're sealing some of the cells up. I'll set this back down in. Move it back over. Next frame's got a lot of bees on it. So we do have maybe a little more activity in this hive. It's just maybe that time of day that they're all inside. Got some new brood on here. Looks like okay, I see an egg in this cell right here. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I'm going to zoom in as close as I can. There's a little white cell down in there, so that's good news. Okay, I see another one right here, so there's eggs here. That's a plus. So the queen is laying in this frame right now as we speak. And I'm looking for her because she could be sitting right here doing her thing. Eggs are typically an egg lasts for 3 days and then it turns into a larva. So yeah, there's eggs on this frame. That's a plus. This frame over has got a lot of activity as well. But probably just cleaning kind of activity, but I'm going to take a look anyway. That girl's coming up in my face. Frame's pretty heavy. Oh yeah, it's all nectar. Queen won't be over here unless she's just over here having fun. There's another drone right there, that big boy. Big butt. But there's not a lot of drones in this hive, so it's a good sign. Queen's not here. So we're still building on this particular frame. Down it goes. Thought that was a queen there for a minute. She's a pretty big bee. Alright, sweetheart, just calm down. Wish I knew what that was. It looks like a larva. Next frame over, nothing. It's all just blank. No wax, no nothing. It's just a foundation. So these last 2 frames are nothing. So we're going to ease everything on over again. See if we can get the girls to go along with us. Go nice and slow. Because we took the second frame out, we're going to move all of them over. And it gives them a little bit of time to recover. And if you notice, they've all calmed down, so pretty sure there's a queen in here somewhere. She just isn't making her presence known. And that's okay by me. Sometimes a cluster like this, if the camera sees it, is the retinue or the queen's court. They're the ones that follow her around and feed her and take care of her. It's a nice little gathering. Unless they're just up there cleaning, pulling propolis off or something. Okay, we're going to put this frame back in. Because we're not getting a lot of progress, I'm going to go ahead and put the food back on this hive. It does have the Be Healthy in it. It is sugar water, so it's healthy for them. We've got resources out here already, but I don't know. I don't know if they're getting any. I'm going to drag it this way because the girls are on that front edge. So if I pull it towards me now, it'll push them back in the hive. Not a lot of sugar water in here, but waste not, want not. Okay, so they'll get that remaining sugar water. Go ahead and put this lid back on. Spacer. So they've got room. Put the hive lid back on. Keeps the weather out. Hive number 2 is complete. Okay, back at the front of the hive after the inspection. It looks like we've got sufficient bees. Hive number 1 is still a concern. I might be losing that one. Their numbers just aren't coming up, and there's no new brood. I did not see eggs in there. Shadows don't help any. I did see some cat brood, but not a lot. That means that if there's a queen in there laying, she's getting slack. And usually the bees will recognize that, and they'll either kill her or create a new one, another queen cell. But maybe it's because she's still young. I don't know. It could be she went out on a mating flight and never came back. That again, all those kind of factors do happen in a beehive. So percentages are not good for swarms, but they can be good resources. So let's hope that they do well. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And any comments would be welcome. What do you think about hive number 1 and hive number 2? Love some suggestions. Have a great day.